everybody. So my name is Diego. We're gonna learn AI. I'm gonna go from beginner to advanced. Not everything in the same video. We are actually gonna go through a lot of videos, and they are gonna be several topics. They are gonna be based on the basics, focus more on theory, on research. Then we're gonna move on to machine learning and data science. There's gonna be here some hands-on learning with coding, programming, and then real life examples. And then here we're gonna move on to projects using generative AI and large language models like ChatGPT and how to create a ChatGPT from the scratch. Again, beginner to advanced. I'm gonna start with the basics. Sometimes I'm also gonna move on data science, but again through the whole series of videos. Today we're only gonna focus on basic what is AI. This is where we're gonna see in pretty much we can call it unit number one. What are the basics? What is AI? What are large language models? What are they even called like that? What is ChatGPT? How to use ChatGPT? Introduction to coding, because we're gonna do some coding on the other units. But again, I'm gonna try to do this very simple and easy to understand, because everybody needs to know AI. This is something that is changing the way we see the world and the way we interact with the world. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and start with what is AI. So what is AI? We have this great diagram that I really enjoy that shows artificial intelligence as a whole. Then under artificial intelligence we have machine learning, and then under machine learning we have deep learning that probably some of you have heard, and then finally we have generative AI. So generative AI, and pretty much the boom of the whole AI, was created on November the 30th, 2024, which is a couple of days away from today, that it was pretty much the day that ChatGPT was released. So let's take a look at some concept here. So we have artificial intelligence. What is this? It's pretty much the way that we are teaching the computers how to interact like a human, how to emulate human behavior, how to understand the language that we have. Pretty much we are literally teaching the computers how to think like a human, how we understand language, how we solve problems, how we communicate with each other, how we recognize certain things. Again, this is not gonna make, I don't know, like a robot that is gonna probably be a problem in the future, because the more you learn in this series of episodes, you're gonna understand how this really works. Again, this episode one is only to give you an overview of what is AI in a very brief level, but we're gonna go very deep into the details. Now we are going to see what is machine learning. Machine learning is pretty much what we do with the computers. We train them with a lot of data. Let's say, for example, the weather app. We train the weather app. We train the machine learning model. A model is pretty much just, you can say, a piece of software or just a set of algorithms. If you don't know what algorithms are, it's just a set of mathematical formulas that you put together, and then you feed them with a lot of data, like a lot of weather data, for example, for the last 20 years. And then based on the trained data of the big data sets, the machine can predict what's going to happen when it's faced with new data. We call this test data. So again, two important things to have here: trained data, what the machine learns from, and then test data, what the machine actually, this unseen data that the machine makes predictions on. Again, here we have the machine learning use advanced algorithms to detect patterns, which is very interesting. Machine learning has a lot of classifications under it. And then the most known, I wouldn't say the most known, the biggest ones are supervised and unsupervised methods, and each one of them have so many models under them that we are going to see one by one as well. So in other words, supervised is the machine already knows what the data is and can make predictions, and supervised is the machine doesn't even know the labels of the data, so it has to understand patterns. Moving on, we are going with deep learning. Deep learning is a subset of machine learning, and this is pretty much what ChatGPT is built on. So machine learning only predicts, right? So for example, predicts the weather for tomorrow. But deep learning is actually created based on the human brain. So all the researchers and scientists, they decided to pretty much trying to emulate the neurons. That's why, as you see here, it says it uses neural networks. Because a human neural network is very, very similar to an artificial neural network. So a bunch of neurons that are also called neurons here, a bunch of artificial neurons connect to each other with all the data that they receive, and then based on that, they also do some predictions, some data processing, and you can think about them like a brain. They have like some layers. It's a very, very interesting topic, and we're gonna see deep learning also. We're gonna go deep in deep learning models. We're gonna code them from the scratch. And also, I'm gonna show you some examples. As you see here, it simulates the way human brains perceive and understand the world. And then the breakthrough after, because all of this has been happening little by little. Machine learning, we had machine learning for a while. If you think about Siri, when Siri was created, that's machine learning. But generative AI really kind of like exploded with ChatGPT. So what we see here of what is Gen AI is pretty much AI that now can generate stuff. Not only predict, now it can generate things. And is a deep learning subset. So like a deep learning model is actually the ones who can generate text like ChatGPT, images like Midjourney if you've heard, or code also could be like ChatGPT. Again, a generative AI model is trained in a lot of data. Again, it still detects patterns because it has everything what the predecessors have, and it used a mix of learnings from machine learning. So that's very, very brief. We are gonna go deep into everything that I'm showing right now. This is pretty much just an overview, and also all the videos are gonna be around 10 minutes long, just for you guys to know. Now, this is an example of artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence in a whole could be seen in a Tesla. So a Tesla has an autopilot feature that really the car drives itself using cameras and using AI. So the AI actually makes autonomous decisions based on the obstacles or based on anything that shows on the road or on the sides of the road. As you can see in the image, you can literally drive a Tesla without pedals and without your hand in the steering wheel from coast to coast. Sometimes Elon likes to say it. Of course, you have to stop to charge and you have to keep your eyes on the road, but is an amazing, amazing product that kind of like showcased AI capabilities. Now we have an example of machine learning here. So the weather app. So let's say right now is 10 a.m. No, it's now 9 a.m. So this 10 a.m. is machine learning. The 10 a.m. 74 degrees is just saying, hey, based on what we learned from the last 10 years of data from the weather, most likely it's going to be 74. And the machine learning models are very accurate. They have an accuracy measurement, like sometimes is 90% accurate, 95% accurate. So a good example of machine learning. Then we have a good example of deep learning. So this deep learning could be face recognition. So the model has learned with a lot of images what a face looks like. And then this is a good example of deep learning. And then Gen AI, the good old ChatGPT, which we're gonna go deep into this as well. How to use ChatGPT, what is ChatGPT, what is a good prompt, tips and tricks and all of that. Just for you to know, I do this for a living. I do this on my free time, plus I do this on my job. I'm gonna show you a real example before we go over and we finish this video. Say hello to our YouTube audience. And there you go. We have the good old ChatGPT here for us. So that's it for today. I hope you guys liked it. Again, I'm gonna showcase and share a bunch of theory and good examples. This is all for today. Well, have a great day.